Hello everyone, I am Orny Loken Fan Wrestling. Welcome to ECW Wrestlepalooza. We have some big matches tonight. We have Steve Coino versus Rhino for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. We have Rob Van Dam versus Justin Credible in a steel cage match. We have Chris Candido versus Chris Chetti in a loser loses their name Chris match. And also, the Sandman will try to get his revenge on Disco Inferno. And more! We got a lot of stuff here. And we start off, though, in a pre-show bout that subpar wrestling and Little Heat. The Second City Saints defeated Billy Bax and Jimmy Cinerento in 3:33 when Colt Boom Boom Cabano defeated Billy Bax by pinfall with a Lakeshore Drive. Colt carried the match, 35 from Ace, 45 from Colt Boom Boom Cabana, 28 from Jimmy, 25 from Billy. They're local talents. I wanted to give Second City Saints a win. Did I already say that? I don't know. Also, I'm filming this video and maybe some others in a different location where the walls are very thin, so you might hear some background noise, so sorry about that. Anyways, we start off with 47, just trying to see if I can get more heels tag teams. None of them clicked, but none of them didn't click, so that's a good sign. And about that, decent wrestling, but didn't have that much heat. Jamie Noble and Eli Skipper defeated Michael Shane and Sonny Siaki and Johnny Swinga and Dan the Beast Severn in 10:44. This was not elimination. This was single elimination. Jamie pinned Michael. That's what happened. 53 from Eli Skipper, 55 for Jamie Noble, 48 for Sonny Siaki, 41 for Michael Shane, 45 for Dan the Beast Severn, and 35 for Johnny Swinga. Swinger is doing the worst. What? Dan Severn is improving in performance skills. What's happening with Swinger? Nothing. He's just not good. Oh, heel face. I didn't check that. Oh yeah, they're all heels. Of course I checked that. They're all heels. That's on me. My bad. We get a 50 match in a decent match. Terry Funk defeated Julio Denario in 7:30 by pinfall with a pile driver. 44 for Terry Funk, 50 for Julio Denario. But after this match, Terry Funk is celebrated and some unfamiliar music plays. And, it's Kiwi, but it's not Kiwi. It's Alan Funk, and he's accompanied to the ring by Don Marie, and he's a rich kid, and he is Terry Funk's cousin, and he hates him because he's from the city. Terry Funk's a country boy. Alan Funk's a city boy, and it's an old school family rivalry. Alan Funk, Terry Funk, cousin versus cousin. I guess that's how that works, or it's not. I don't really know how that works. I didn't set up a feud, but this is a feud, so it's a feud. Next, we get the highly anticipated Chris versus Chris. Loser loses his name Chris. In a decent match, Chris Candido defeats Chris Chetti, or should I just say Chetti, in 13:29 by pinfall with the blonde bombshell. So what I imagine here, just for a little fun, Chris Chetti brings Candido to the top rope. He goes for a Rana, but mid-jump, Candido grabs him and hits him with that blonde bombshell, which is a powerbomb from the top rope. 59 for Candido, 43 for Chetti. No negatives, no improvements also. After the match, Chris Chetti loses the name Chris. He's now just Chetti. He's mad and Candido is laughing at him. We get a 48 Disco Inferno with Don Marie comes out and the Sandman comes out. The Sandman will kill Disco Inferno. This is a hardcore match, so this is not an ordinary hardcore match. This is a Singapore cane match, where the only weapon legal is a Singapore cane. And if you use any other weapon, you're automatically disqualified. So, I'm making this up on the fly, so the match is not going to say it, but this Sandman hates this kid so much that he grabs a steel chair and bashes it over Disco Inferno's head. And because he hit Disco Inferno with a weapon that's not a Singaporean cane, Disco wins by disqualification. It says quick crater, but I just made that up on the spot, so just ignore this. Sandman was off his game. Don Marie did good. 48 for Sandman, 55 for Disco Inferno. Any negatives here? Sandman can't go 15 minutes. Duh. We have the highly anticipated, the match that was gonna main event. In a superb match, Robert Van Damert defeated Justin Incredible in 21:45 by pinfall with a 5-star frog slash. 78 for this incredible feud-ending match. The feud of Rob Van Dam and Justin Incredible is finally over. 81 for RVD, 60 for Justin Incredible. No improvements, only negatives, and Justin Incredible sucks. After this, we get Steve Corino and Rhino's entrance. And this match is going normally, a lot of stuff happens. I'm not gonna go over everything. But Rhino is he's been beating the shit out of Stevie Richards? He's been beating the shit out of Steve Corino. He's just whooping his ass. Corino's getting offenses, but it's like back and forth, but mostly on Rhino. At some point, Rhino hits Steve Corino with the gore in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, and the Cyrus pulls the referee out. Rhino gores Cyrus on the outside. And then, he's not, after that, the ref's taking out some of the usual shenanigans happen. Steve Corino, gets a chair. Rhino hits him with another gore, but there's no referee. Some more stuff happens. It's later in the match, a couple minutes later. Steve Corino, is recuperating, but Rhino hits him with a pile driver. He waits for him to get up. He goes for the gore, but then Steve Corino rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Steve Corino retains the ECW World Heavyweight Championship in a superb match, but Rhino was off his game. Not gonna get a main event for a while then, brother. 76 for Corino, 64 for Rhino. Rhino's improving and rumbling. His stamina sucks, but he still tried. But after this is what matters. Steve Corino is celebrating, but then some music hits. And Rob Van Dam comes out. He wants Steve Corino, and he will get Steve Corino. He talked to Paul Heyman, and after that steel cage match, it will be Rob Van Dam, Steve Corino, Hardcore Heaven, in the most anticipated, biggest match in ECW history in 2001. Yeah, will RVD finally become world champion, or Steve Corino retain the belts? It did a 73. I think that might be our best show. Don't know. RVD should have main evented, but it would have made sense for the storyline I did. But I knew this match was gonna do better. But it's not Corino's fault. It's Rhino. I'm gonna say good job to RVD. Good job to Steve Corino. And who else? Rhino was mad that he lost, so I'll give him something. I'm gonna praise I'm gonna praise RVD. I'm gonna point out Corino as a good example, and I'm gonna compliment Rhino. RVD seemed pleased, Steve Corino seemed pleased, and Rhino was pleased. So that was a pretty good Wrestlepalooza. I'll see you with the aftermath. Gangrel. Vampire Warrior, who's fanging and banging. Okay, we are back. We have some post-show stuff. NWA Wildside ran. Wow. Good thing David Young and Rick Michaels went to the show, because they weren't even fucking on it. Nothing here. Lance Storm went to NWA UK for something, I don't know. Mick Foley and Charles Wright are friends. Charles Wright is the Godfather, or the Good Father at the moment. Nothing else. I don't even care about Billy Boy. Rhino's mad. Dude, shut up. Okay, so our next shows will be, for the month of May. It will be, in Southeast, will be the Alabama Slam. And also in Southeast will be Hardcore Hell, because you have Hardcore Heaven and Hardcore Hell. And in the Tri-State will be Takamania, that was loud, will be Takamania 1, where the main event will obviously be Steve Corino versus Taka Michinoku for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to try to do more Takamanias, but Taka is leaving. That's Terry Funk. Taka has 2 months on his contract left, so, I'll try to sign him later, or maybe I can get him on, I can get him from All Japan. I can just, get him for, how many appearances, and then just pay him a bunch of money to get him, but, But yeah, that was ECW Wrestlepalooza. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you for the next ECW, which will be 3 episodes, Alabama Slam, Takamania, and Hardcore Hell. I'll see you there. Rickabani.